Assalamualaikum, my name is Rawaidah Shairah. I'm from class HM241 and for today's video presentation, I will be presenting about technology as substitute. Introduction of technology as substitute. Tourist perception of the sector of tourism usually look for places that are significant to them. However, there are occasions when tourists are unable to access or visit tourist-oriented places or activities such as natural disaster, conflicts and other occurrences might discourage tourists from visiting the places. According to Dryhurst 2020, acute respiratory syndrome COVID-19 epidemic was brought on by the highly contagious novel coronavirus. The illness, with its start in Wuhan, China, became a global pandemic between January and April 2020 and has since spread to most countries in the world. Over 126,000 people have died with COVID-19 worldwide as of April 14, 2020. Based on current government reaction, the general population is either completely locked down, as in Italy, or socially isolated while receiving hygiene instruction, for example, Sweden. Since then, the number of tourists has decreased. Thus, tourism researchers are exploring ways to transform the industry and implement crisis recovery. As a result, tourists can use technology as a substitute to see the place they wish to visit, utilizing sophisticated technology. There are 4 factors that lead to technology as substitute. The first one is fragile or dangerous places. So according to Ramos 2020, the most dangerous places on earth are those with fragile setting. These are nations, towns, regions and localities that are plagued by persistent instability, hostility and violence, trapping a sizable population in a cycle of hopelessness and poverty. For example, countries such as Yemen, Syria, Somalia, Iraq and many other more countries. So second, tourism destinations that are too costly. Traveling is expensive, but it's also necessary to understand that some places cost more than others. For example, places like Bora Bora, Gstaad in Switzerland, Monaco and many more. Third, attraction and objects that no longer exist. For example, the Crystal Palace in London. According to Whiteley 2017, the palace was made from cast iron and glass for the Great Exhibition in 1851, and it was considered as the largest glass structure that ever constructed. It was relocated from Hyde Park to a hill in South London after the show, but unfortunately it burned down in 1936. Last but not least, number 4, visitors with disability or mobility constraints is one of the factors that influence technology as substitute. Now, how technology can solve this problem? So the first one is virtual reality or VR is the term used to describe interactive pictures or films that let the viewer rotate across 360 degrees of a scene. VR production covers every aspect of a site, unlike traditional photography and video, which are typically shot from a fixed vantage point. Virtual reality can be utilized in the travel business to capture tourist places in a distinctive and immersive way. Giving the users the sensation of being there is one of the VR's major advantages. Regular pictures and videos can be effective in showcasing what a place has to offer, but they rarely generate an emotional response. VR in tourism has the power to put the user at the center of the scene and facilitates their capacity to visualize themselves in VR. Tourism provides a way for potential tourists to experience attractions, museums and festival events. This includes places that they are not able to go and visit due to certain circumstances. Second, augmented reality AR. Digital technology known as augmented reality or AR modifies how a person perceives the world around them when viewed through a certain gadget. Although the technology is comparable to virtual reality, augmented reality AR enhances the real world experience by putting digital elements on top of it. Augmented reality is typically experienced on smartphone, tablet, or other comparable devices. As a result, it's less expensive for the customer than the majority of headset or other equipment that support virtual reality. In many instances, AR also integrates with other mobile technology like GPS tracking and cameras. Travel, compared to other purchases, frequently requires extensive study because customer wants to know everything before they travel. Furthermore, the demand for knowledge does not end with the arrival of the tourists. Because of that, they can have 24/7 access to a lot of this information thanks to this augmented reality, which is useful at many times. In conclusion, the usage of technology in the tourism sector has provided opportunities and is very beneficial for tourists to travel the world and also discover new interesting places around the world. Although the pandemic has caused many tourism activities to become limited due to the restriction of movement control orders, social distancing and lockdown, technology has helped to improve the growth of tourism industry that allows virtual travel that give tourists one of the best experience to enjoy traveling. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.